Ectosage here on the Sage channel. It's Sleep, Art, Game, and Eat. And today I'm showing you this. And no, this isn't a hallway. Look at the bottom right. There's a tiny door there. It's a large hangar bay of the Monolith refueling station. Yes, indeed. This is a huge station intended for the main purpose of being a jump point, basically. You jump in, you land, and you refuel, and you get on your way. And outside of the station here, you can see it is a modular design. You can see there are 6 different sections, which actually aren't different. They're each exactly the same. You can see they're divided up a little bit, though. At the front here, this is actually the outlook area of the station, where you could go in there and basically relax and just stare out at the stars while your ship's being refueled. And of course, on the other side of the ship here, we have the same exact thing, and actually down there at the other end of the ship, or I'm calling it a ship, it is actually a station. In name and actually type, it cannot move, it is a station. We have another area where you can just look through the windows and enjoy yourself. Now, if we were to fly inside the ship now, let me readjust and get my speed going in this other direction, you'll see that in the main area, we have these large lights up here on the ceiling. These are reflector lights. I'll show you what those look like when they're turned on later. And all these windows sort of going in a wave all the way down. And of course, this is a wave because it is modular. And this section here is one module. Right there, we have conveyors that lead down to fuel areas down below. And there we have the 2 door sections that lead in. They have a stairwell that winds up from either side and meets there in the middle. And I'm actually going to show this all to you first person. So I run down here through this little airlock. Actually, before I go up there and show you, I'll show you some of the stuff down here on the bottom floor. We have this little storage area with lockers and whatnot. Maybe somebody would set up a shop here and rent these out. I'm not exactly sure yet. It's basically a station that would be policed by a few guards, and basically all the other stuff would be rented out by people or possibly even bought out permanently by people, so somebody would maybe own that little area or set up their own kiosk there. Down this hallway, which leads along the entire bottom of the station, we have a bunch of these offshoots that lead down these stairs, or ladders, pardon, to the reactor areas. And each modular section of the station has their own reactors set up. And down here, they also have their own fuel supply containers. And you see the conveyors above that lead up to the hangar area. Now, hopefully, conveyors will work sort of like pipes in Minecraft Tekkit, so people will be able to draw fuel out of those from either end of the pipes. You know, so slightly more advanced in Minecraft Tekkit. Now, if we were to run back over here... Oh, also, by the way, those fuel tanks, if they run dry, the idea is a large ship holding a bunch of fuel would come in here, dock, and just simply refuel them. And of course, they're all separate. Each section is separate. So, hey, this section's out. Make sure you just go to that one. You don't have to worry about the whole ship running dry at the same time. Now, let's carry on down here and actually go up now. These ladders, remember, this is mirrored on either side of the ship and either side of each modular section of the hangar. So we have our outlook areas here. You can kind of look into the hangar and enjoy the view of your ship or other ships. I'll carry on up there in a second. But for now, I'm actually going to look in here, and this is the main hallway of the ship. And the idea is that people would set up little shops or stalls in here and sell their wares or goods or whatever to people who are passing by, or maybe even just set up their own little like sleeping area with cots or whatnot. Originally, I was actually going to have proper storefronts stuck into the walls here, but I ended up not having enough room in those walls for such things. Also, this hallway is lit with reflector lights as well. Anyway, let's head on down. Actually, I'll just end up going to this one because I slid along the ground there. Head on down one of these hallways or on the other side of the ship, but remember, it's all mirrored. So if we were to carry on and keep going up, obviously that leads down to the exact mirror image of where we just were. And we can carry on up these, which do the exact same thing, to another area, another large hallway in the ship. And this would probably be where, if I did advance the ship any further, I would put proper sleeping areas that you rent out into these walls, or maybe, again, people would just set up their own little shop stalls in this large hallway. But if we carry on this hallway down to the end of it, you can see now we meet the large observation room on this side of the ship. Obviously, there's another one on the other end of the ship, but these are basically here so people can, while their ship's being refueled, come in here and just take a break, stare at the stars, whatever they like, have some open space to run around, jog about, or whatever they like. The whole ship is basically set up is just a break post, a rest stop, if you will. Anyway, let's head back down. Let's do another sweep of the outside of the ship really quickly, and then I'll actually show you what these hallways and stuff look like with the reflector lights on. And I've made a wrong turn. Got to keep on going down this way, don't I now? Yes, I do. Anyway, if we fly out here, you can see the area where we just were. I'm going to do one last circle of the ship, just to explain anything I might have missed. On the bottom of the ship, obviously this is actually going to be mirrored on the top of the ship, Actually, that one might not have been so obvious since the interior up and down is not mirrored, but the exterior of the ship is indeed mirrored. I originally planned to put windows in these sections and have sort of an overwatch area in these sort of ridge sort of bits here. But I ended up not doing that because trying to get the stairs up there was a bit of a pain in the arse, and of course they're different segments, so it just ended up not having enough space is really what it was. Anyway, the top of the ship is exactly the same as that down there. Of course, though, you will be able to see it a little bit better because the sun is hitting it, and you see it's basically a nice repeated sort of ribbed look to the whole thing. Anyway, now I'll go and show you those nice, what you might call them, things in the ceilings. Reflector lights. Alrighty, so here we go. I put the control panel down, hop in there really quickly, press the magical button L, and the whole game lags and freezes at this moment while it's trying to figure out all these lights, and boom, there you go, they've turned on. I hop out of that chair, and there we go. You can see all the lights are lit up now. It's a pretty nice looking thing to have all these lights on, even though it has cut my frame rate in half from around 17 to, well, about 7 actually. So there we go. It looks nice, very pretty. Currently lagging a bit. My GPU, pardon, is actually fully maxed out pretty much at this point, running at 82%. Now, if we were to go inside now, I'll show you the other hallway in here. Let me just cut ahead to that. And there you go, you can see the other large hallway here with its lights on. All very nice, if a bit laggy. And just imagine if there were a bunch of small shops set up here with different aliens and different races and people, humans, all kinds of stuff, just selling whatever while people constantly refuel at the station and then carry on their merry way. Could be pretty dang interesting. Who knows what the future of this game holds? I don't, but I can hope and dream, as can we all. Anyway, thanks a bunch for watching. I'll see you guys next time.